Good morning. So today, just woke up after watching like an hour's worth of YouTube videos. Maybe, yeah, like an hour. But yeah, I'm up now. Slept on the couch because I like the couch more than my bed for some reason. And today is day 2, December 27th. So what we're going to do now is we're going to kick off this idea of a daily routine and come up with a little bit of a plan for what we're going to do for the rest of the week. And we'll knock that out, do that, start iterating and thinking about it while we get in some morning cardio, because that'll be part of the routine. But all of that comes after we brush our teeth. So one thing that I have been told and that I've also observed myself is that the times in my life where I've been the most consistently productive are ones where I had a strict regimen or schedule. So like rigidity is definitely needed. One of the issues with being a millennial entrepreneur who has a ton of time and freedom is that unless I hold myself accountable, then there's nobody there nothing there to ensure that I'll do everything that I need to do in order to have a productive day or week or month. So that will be changing. It's about finding a system that will allow me to be more consistently productive, and coupling that with what I know about myself. So one of the things that I know is that I am what you call, by nature, I'm what you call a maker, right? Like you have two types of people. You have makers and you have managers. Managers tend to be people who are most productive when they are talking to others. Makers are people who are most productive when they are not. And also, managers tend to have like meetings scheduled and time blocks. Makers tend to have really not too much on their plate, so they can just spend as much time as possible getting things done, right? Creating things, usually. And so, because I know that about myself, I will be sitting down and coming up with a system or a day that allows me to be a maker at the highest capacity possible. And then we'll be scheduling or selecting at least one day a week that will be dedicated to really like scheduling meetings and talking to others. It'll probably be like Tuesdays, more than likely, but we'll see. The idea for today is to do that, right? Do that daily routine thing, knowing that how are we supposed to wake up? What's the first thing that we're supposed to do when we wake up? And then how are we supposed to start our day? And then da-da-da-da-da. And I can give you like a rough idea of what I'm thinking, right? So, and then once I actually sit down and make a routine, like you will see. But I think big picture is like, what are all of the things that I need to get done over the course of a day? And so I know that I need to go to bed at a decent time. I'm gonna start. Yeah, that's fine. I need to go to bed at a decent time. I do not set alarms. I don't believe in setting alarms. But I do believe in going to bed early so that you can wake up early, right? And getting as much rest as humanly possible without disturbing your own circadian rhythm, which is the reason why I don't set alarms. Allow my body to get as much rest as it needs, and it wakes up on its own. It's also great for your internal clock, and like I pretty much always know what time it is, even when I'm not wearing a watch, which is pretty bomb. And aside from that, we also need to get in some type of exercise every day, right? So that means cardio in the morning and some type of resistance training in the evenings or afternoon. We also have emails that we need to check daily, at least once in the morning and once in the evening. And I really think the middle, the in-between, between all of those things should be dedicated toward making, right? Toward the actual work. Another thing that I'm missing from that routine is meditation, time with God, some type of study. And that should be at the beginning, but I don't know exactly where to put that. So that's what I'm talking about. We need to figure all of that out. Also food, right? We need to physically feed ourselves as well. And so how many meals am I supposed to have and when should they be? Those are all things that we need to figure out, right? But that's pretty much it. Once I figure out exactly what those time blocks are for all of those things, I will let y'all know. The idea is to not have too much variation in my day because I want to actually create habit. And yeah, that's it. We're on the treadmill now, and what seems like the same outfit as yesterday. But I assure you, these are different pants, and I'm wearing a different shirt. I mean, this is the same hoodie. And this is probably going to be the main. When I say the main, like I'm talking about wearing like the same thing every day. Which by the way, that's another thing. Like I'm the kind of person, if I'm going to, I don't like thinking about my clothes. I just don't. I don't like thinking about things that, I view these things as arbitrary, right? What I wear every day is arbitrary. What I eat every day is arbitrary. TV shows, movies. Like if I watch a cartoon or if I watch like another show that's 30 to 45 minutes, it's not going to make any difference in my actual life. If I wear blue pants over like black jeans, it's not going to make any difference in my life. Like there is of course the chance that there are certain people who are going to be attracted to a certain look, and so there will be like the possibility of different conversations as a result of the clothes that I chose to wear that day. But I just think the variation is so minute that generally speaking, it doesn't matter. I'm going to dress comfortably unless I know I'm going to a place where it makes more sense to dress formally or more formally. And that's pretty much it, Same thing with food. And I remember having this conversation with one of my friends like a while back. But like we went to this burger restaurant, came to visit Tucson. We went to a place called Millinneal on 4th, which is like famous for a burger challenge. It was on man versus food, super dope. And while we were there, he was saying the waiter came and asked, hey, we all ordered our burgers. After we ordered our burgers, he asked, all right, do you want fries or tater tots? And I told him I don't care. And it bothered this guy so much. He was like, what do you mean you don't care? You need to have some type of choice. I was like, no. You need to have some type of choice. And so understanding like there's a huge difference between empathy and sympathy. And empathy would be the understanding that other people are different and being able to put yourself in their shoes. Truly, that means also within their nature. And I'm somebody that sees no definite variation between fried potato in this form or that form. Like both of them are just as likely to give me heart disease. I'm just eating this for fun. So let me eat it for fun. I don't care, right? Do you want to be on the blue water side or the green water slide? They both go fast, So things like that. It doesn't mean that I don't enjoy those things, right? I just don't have a strong preference. Like to me, it's not about if I have the ribeye or the baby back ribs. It's about who I'm eating it with. And I've always been that kind of person. Like there are a lot of things that don't particularly matter to me, but the things that do matter to me actually matter. And so the kind of if I'm going to eat unhealthy, and particularly the kind of unhealthy food that I eat doesn't matter. If I'm going to eat healthy, the kind of healthy food that I eat doesn't matter. What really matters is if the achieved result, if I'm getting the desired result from the food in which I'm consuming, right? So if it's fat boy food, then it should be making my dopamine receptors go off and I should be happy and ooh, yeah, you know what I mean? Like that whole thing. But if it's not fat boy food, right? Then I should be not a fat boy. I guess that's it. That's the answer. So yeah, anyway, very tangential intro. The objective of today is to create a plan for the rest of my life. I could be super ambitious, but that's it for today. And at the end of this video, I'll let you know what we'll be doing tomorrow. Yeah, for day 3, episode 3. So we just finished our morning cardio, and we are heading back to the house so that we're able to start getting in this okay. So we just finished our morning cardio. While I was there, I ended up watching this video about visual storytelling and how to properly vlog, because I think anything worth doing is worth doing well. And so I'm gonna try to do this intro one more time. You may not see the original, but anyway, right now, my life kind of sucks. And my life sucks because there's no structure. There's no morning routine. So today on episode 2 or day 2 of this vlog, we will be creating a morning routine or a daily routine that includes some time for God, includes some time to balance our finances, our time to get work done, as well as time to get physically fit and to eat, to feed ourselves. Right? So that's today's mission: create a cohesive daily routine, along with a meal plan, a budget, and that's what we're doing. But only after we eat a bowl of cereal. I know, not the best way to start a diet, but we haven't started yet. Not yet. Okay, so daily routine. So that means I have my laptop here or my iPad. Same difference, same job, does the same thing. But so what we're going to do is actually create a note for our daily routine and start thinking about all of the things that we need. So our daily routine is going to include time with God. We need to do cardio. We also need to do resistance training. We need to eat every day. We're gonna say at least once, because I want this to be realistic. And the fact is that I'm somebody who misses meals right now, so I need to eat at least one time a day. So time with God, cardio, resistance training, eat at least one meal a day. I also need time to get work done, email, and then one day a week for networking and meetings. I think that pretty much covers everything. We want to make sure to keep the evenings and the afternoons open for various activities. So we can do that, right? Which means we're going to have productive mornings and time to edit and upload daily vlogs. Okay. And I think that's pretty much going to cover right now. Yeah, time with God, cardio, resistance training, eat at least one meal a day, time to get work done, email, like checking my email, and one day a week is going to be dedicated toward marketing and meetings instead of making, right? So basically having a making day and a manager day, but I don't think the time slots are going to be any different for those two. I think that pretty much covers everything. Oh yeah, we also need time to look at budget and spending and make this a daily activity as well. But yeah, that'll cover physical health, that'll cover spiritual health, that'll also cover me getting work done. And then, yeah, actually, this isn't a lot. And we just need to find the actual times that we're going to do this every day. I'm also somebody that doesn't set alarms. That's not going to change. Instead, you want to make sure to go to sleep at the same time or at a consistent time early in the night, every night, so you can wake up early in the morning and be well rested. I believe that when you set alarms to wake up, it messes with your circadian rhythm. And that's the reason why a lot of people feel like crappy and groggy in the morning and they're not able to perform at their best. So, and that includes me. That's the whole reason why instead, I'll make sure that I go to sleep at a very consistent time at night, so I'm able to wake up at a decent time in the morning. Like right now, it's 8:42. I already woke up, did my cardio for the day. I actually ended up staying, like this morning, I stayed up for an hour and I watched YouTube videos instead. Like that's how I started my day. And they were constructive. Like I watched a YouTube video on how to properly vlog, which I'm sure isn't going to help with the quality immediately, but it's something that's definitely in the mind that'll be affecting my behavior later. And yeah, so I got up around like 8, I think, like 7:30, 8 o'clock, watched videos, then I went and I did cardio. Now it's not even 8:45 yet, and I've created the list for my daily routine. And yeah, at this point, it's just about time blocking everything, which I'll do on my own time. I don't think there's any real reason for me to go into detail about exactly what it is. I'll just give you the results afterwards. Okay, so I just finished my cereal and I went through the daily routine, looked at some things, and I figured out like an actual regimen that's going to work for me. So my time blocks are not based on specific times, but they are based on increments of time that are basically going to fit within my day. My overall day, it looks like, is actually about that's 3, 4, yeah. So all in all, we're looking at like 12 hours, 12 hours for the day. And so let me break it down for you. So when I wake up in the morning, the very first thing I'm going to do is get out of bed and brush my teeth, right? And that's the obvious. That's not included because that takes such little time. But after that, it's going to be time with God. So I want to make sure to spend no more than an hour and a half in the morning actually spending time with God. Excuse me. I just want to make sure that I don't spend too much of my day or my morning analyzing things and thinking about things instead of actually executing things. So right now, when I wake up in the morning, I spend a ton of time on YouTube or just on my phone in general. And so that's a mistake. One of the things that I implemented very early on in my adult life was actually charging my phone in another room at the end of the night in order to ensure that I'm not on it in the next morning and have a reason to more or less get out of bed. So I'll be doing that again. I believe in making small changes to your environment in order to make your habits actually more sustainable. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to make it easier for us to succeed by designing our environment in a way that is in line with our goals and our intentions, right? So very first thing, time with God, Bible by the bedside, phone in the other room. And then after we do that, we're going to do cardio for half an hour, at least 30 minutes of cardio in the morning, sometimes maybe 45 minutes. It just depends on how much time is basically allotted, but that's essentially 2 hours of our morning, right? So our time with God and cardio is going to take about 2 hours. And then after that, we're going to come home, shower, do whatever we need to do to get ready, and then we'll look at our budget and our spending. And so I believe in doing this daily because if the intention is to be financially secure, then we want to know exactly where we are. And if we're in an uncomfortable position, then that's going to give us the ability to, or basically the motivation to no longer be in that uncomfortable position. And if we are in a comfortable position, well, then we'll be able to look at our finances and figure out ways that we can improve it or to sustain what we've already done, right? And it'll just reinforce what we already have. But it's really difficult. I mean, finances are extremely important, right? Ecclesiastes says that money is the answer to all things. So we want to make sure that our finances are in order so we're able to do all the other things that we want to do in our life. And I believe that should be a daily practice. Next is going to be checking our emails. So we want to see and make sure that we don't have any correspondence from the day before, from any clients or referrals or anything like that. If we do, then we want to start replying to those emails and scheduling follow-ups and specific times that we can start meeting with people or take care of any outstanding tasks that we may possibly have. After that, we want to have, I actually forgot to put that in there. So we want to eat, right? And so that's going to be lunch, right? Basically. But yeah, so cardio, look at budget and spending, email, eat lunch. Yeah, okay, no, this is correct. So like, because I was thinking like, oh yeah, well, I didn't have breakfast in here, but I don't think breakfast is incredibly important. I think breakfast is an optional meal. As a matter of fact, if the intention is to be you want to be in a fasted state for as long as possible for the goal that I have, which is to lose weight, lose fat. But yeah, so time with God, cardio. I guess technically we could put breakfast here, right? Breakfast is optional. So yeah, so let's go over this again. So time with God, cardio, breakfast is optional. Look at budget and spending, email, eat lunch. Yeah, so after you check your email, you're going to eat lunch. That'll take a minute. And then basically we'll work for the rest of the day, right? And so that'll be roughly 8 hours is about how long it's going to take to actually work. And so some days will be maker days, some days will be manager days. I don't know if this is necessarily a Moseyism, but I heard Alex Hormozy say it, which is the reason why I'm using this language, right? Maker and manager. And so, according to him, there are two types of people. There are makers and there are managers. There are some people who are most productive when their day is scheduled with meetings and when they're actually interacting with people and when they're talking to people. And there are some people who are most productive when they are making things and when they were designing things. And so by nature, and I mean, essentially by design, like by God's design, I am a maker. I am somebody who finds myself most productive when I'm actually doing things and not when I'm interacting and talking to other people. So once basically our entire AM has gone through and we've eaten lunch sometime around noon, more than likely, we will be working. And there will be at least one day a week that'll be scheduled specifically for managing. So once again, this is a daily routine. The entire point of me putting this down on a notepad now, like this isn't paper, but is to actually dial it in. So I am going to now choose a day to make a manager day, and the rest of my days will be maker days, which is good for you because that'll make it really easy for me to vlog because I don't need to ask for anybody's consent or anything like that. I'm spending most of it by myself making things. Once we're done working for the day, we will do resistance training in the PM. The reason why I'm doing resistance training in the PM and cardio in the morning is because cardio wakes you up, gets the blood flowing, makes you alert. I find with me personally, when I do resistance training, like if I'm lifting weights, resistance bands, calisthenics, any of those sorts of things, in the AM, it actually makes me more tired throughout the day, which I think is great for like a good night's sleep, but it's not the best for productivity. So if I instead do resistance training, let's say sometime around 4-ish, like anytime between 2 p.m. to 4 p.m., that's going to be a solid time for me to still get all the benefits of getting tired later in the night without it being, without sacrificing the performance aspect, right? Because if I work out too early, then the performance won't be as good, and I'll get tired throughout the day, and that'll mess up my performance during the day. So I'll have more performance during the day if I just do cardio in the morning, and I'll have more performance in my workout if I do resistance training in the evening. And then if I do it early enough in the evening, then I'll still be able to get great night's sleep. So after bringing resistance training, I'll essentially clock out for the day. And then it's just about editing and uploading the video. So the reason why clocking out comes before editing and uploading is because it's not a vlog about my work. This is me documenting my entire life. So that is my work day. After the work day, then we will have me clocking out and what comes after that. And once again, today, that means hanging out with Jordan and making some food. All right, so yeah, that's it. That's the routine. That's what you can expect in these vlogs. We'll figure out what to cut as the days go. But yeah, I think the overarching challenge for today, the one that was like the main one that was meant to be overcome, is finding a solid daily routine because I had absolutely no structure previously. Now we do have that structure, and right now we're already on track. Spent some time with God this morning. Spent some time with YouTube this morning too, and that's a problem. Did cardio, had breakfast, and now we're just going to look at our budget and spending. If you're interested in knowing how I go through my budget and all of that good stuff, there is a YouTube video that I made on that, and I will link it to this one so you can check it out in the description below. And after that, we'll be looking at emails, eating lunch, and yeah, that's pretty much it. All right, so no more funny business. Up until now, I've been filming on my phone. Today is still day 2. I guess you wouldn't know the difference, right? Like the quality should look virtually indistinguishable because it's still in 4K 30. But yeah, of course the lens angle, the aperture. There you go. Yeah. Aperture and like the width of the shot is different. This is a wider shot. But now we are filming on the DJI Osmo Pocket, which is going to be, I just decided, my designated vlog cam. That way I don't need to worry about the memory issues that I was worried about before. And anyway, we are on our way to pick up Jordan and do some co-working I'm pretty sure. I think she's got today off, so shouldn't be too big of a deal. Anyway, bags in the car. Let's go pick her up. So just a quick update on the day. We pretty much got to the point where all we have to do is like some client work, and I decided to hold off on doing like any really deep stuff when it comes to making an exercise routine and a diet plan, because I want to do that with Jordan. So that's the intention right now. I don't think she's got anything else planned for the day, so like this should be pretty straightforward. Thankfully today's like okay to be a chill day, so even if we don't get everything accomplished, that's fine. You know, it was pretty ambitious trying to get everything dialed in: the daily routine, the diet, the exercise routine, the budget. Like, it's a lot for a first day, and I think it's extremely important that we remain sustainable. That being said, we are going to aim to get as much done as possible. That means having more or less full days, and if we get everything done, great. If we don't, that's okay too. Here we go, picking up Jordan. We are here.
I'm ready.
Alright, no, we can go. Alright, bye.
I might need them.
No, like, we can go.
No, I need to
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, I got 2 hours of memory on this, so I'm trying to be like responsible with it. Yeah. This is your life now. Yeah. That's crazy. No, like, nobody's gonna like come.
I know.
Bro. Yeah. Like, yo, this is her address.
She lives in this room. Look at that bug. That's crazy looking bug.
Where? Oh. Like a little spider or something. Yeah, it is a spider. Crazy. I don't know enough about him to mess with it. But yeah. Some protein. Like, no, we're just gonna go back. We're gonna go back to my place, and we'll do some co-working there. Do you have anything to do today?
Yeah. I'm editing your stuff.
Yeah, but like, you don't gotta go anywhere, right?
No, I have work today.
Isn't today? No, today's Friday.
Yeah, I have Tuesday, Wednesdays off.
Oh.
Oh.
When you gotta go to work?
I gotta be there at like 4:30.
Okay. We got 2 hours today. Right now, as a whole, YouTube, like, they shifted their algorithm specifically to cater to smaller creators. So like, if you notice, like your feed, like, you'll get videos with like only 100 views, and like people who only have like 200 or 300 subscribers, you know. And I think the reason why they're doing that is because they're actually trying to empower more people to create content on YouTube. Because I don't know if it's like the Mr. Beast effect or what, but a lot of the large creators really started copying his formula, so a lot of the content is starting to feel same-ish.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think this is like their attempt at actually incorporating more variety into the platform. Like, let's actually create an algorithm that's going to amplify the voices of smaller creators. And then the other thing too is their subscription model. So before, like, they had like a bunch of, I won't say unrealistic, but the requirements to become the requirements to monetize your channel were a lot more stringent, and now it's a lot easier. So I think currently you only need to have like 500 subscribers and like an average of like 100 views per video, which like is very attainable for most people. You know what I mean? So super easy to actually monetize your channel versus like how it used to be.
Yeah.
Which
That's
I
cool.
think is cool. Yeah.
No, that's really cool.
Yeah. So, kind of a random tangent, but I will say this: there's been no better time to create a YouTube channel if you've thought about it. Like, this is literally the best time, like the most easily accessible if you want another stream of income through YouTube.
So how do you know that they changed the algorithm?
Because I study that kind of stuff. I would say when it comes to, I mean, yeah, like, so like when I made the transition into like doing digital marketing full time and like the company and everything, I also made it a point to make sure, because you know, like online landscapes change literally every day. They change all the time, every day. And so I make it a point to like actually pay attention to the press releases, to listen to the CEOs talking, to any of the large creators on the platform and how they're being affected. Like, that's a large part of, actually right now currently, like pretty much all of my feeds are just comedy and video games, because that's just what I've been looking at. But whenever I'm in focused mode, like that's what I pay attention to, and so my algorithm shifts that way, and so that's what I'll see. Like, hey, these are the changes that we're making to our marketing campaigns for our company. Hey, these are, you know, hey, the algorithm's being updated for Instagram. These are the changes that you can expect, right? And so like those sorts of things. And I'm sure a lot of other people pay attention to it too. Like Mina, you know, shout out Alpha Society, shout out Mina. But like when she gave the suggestion, I don't know if you heard this, but she gave a suggestion or some advice when they officially launched Alpha Society a few weeks ago or like a month ago, where she was like, hey, by the way, the Instagram algorithm is really loving voiceover videos right now. So if you would like your content to get further, then I suggest you do that, you know, and stuff like that. And I don't think she really gives too much more context, just as like the kind of person she is. You know, she's a chill person. So
she's just a chill gal.
Yeah, like for real. You know what I mean? Like, she's about her business, but she's not about to be like, you know, numbers, nerd. Like, that's me, to be honest. But yeah, but like I'm pretty sure like that's how she gets her stuff too, or maybe she just experiments and sees what works and then she passes that information on. I don't know exactly what her process is, but yeah, for me it's, hey, what are the actual CEOs and devs of this company saying? Who are the people who perform best on this platform? Like, how are they being affected and what are they saying? And then like I absorb that information. Try to apply it to other people.
Makes sense.
And now I'm applying it to my stuff. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, like the fact that I'm just getting into this, I'm more focused on just doing the reps. And I know you haven't watched it yet. It hasn't officially, like right now, it hasn't been published. But like the day one, because it's on YouTube, I just need to make a thumbnail. But the day one video, I talk about that, just about how the advice that I was given like 10 years ago was to document, don't create, and it's more important to just put something out there than it is for it to be perfect or to follow a certain formula or algorithm or anything like that.
Right.
So yeah, right now it's just about getting in the reps and posting every day, and then we can just worry about the content being good later. Yeah.
Good plan.
Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. That was so much. You asked me.
Did that make you tired?
No, it didn't. But that was a good question. Like, yo, how do you know this stuff? Like, I really read a lot, for real.
Reading is so good. What's been your favorite read recently?
I don't know if I have a favorite book, but yeah, I don't know if I have a favorite book or a news publication or anything like that. Probably Basic Instructions Before Leaving Earth. It's a good one.
I've never heard of that.
The Bible.
Oh. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Facts, W book.
W book. W. I can't do it the other way. That's gang signs.
That's true.
Yeah. Bro, my mom does that so much. My mom's like, what side? East side?
Does she really?
Yeah, but she thinks it's
Oh,
fun.
Christian mom is so funny.
Yeah, she's fun. Yeah.
I couldn't even imagine her doing that, so that's actually crazy.
Bro, my mom's hood. A lot of people don't understand that. Like my mom's literally from the hood. Like she's from Philadelphia, bro. And she moved down to Virginia to make sure I had a better life. If you really want to see her like turn up, just mess with somebody she cares about. It's like my mom
I don't think
really
I want to
cares.
see that,
I mean, no,
to be
but
honest.
what I'm saying is like my mom really cares about her people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You remember how we were talking about like personality types and stuff a while back?
Mhm.
And like you're a protagonist, you're an ENFJ.
Yeah.
My mom is an ISFJ. It's called the Defender. Some refer to them as the nurturer. Yeah, Defender. But yeah, it's like they really care about their people. They care about their well-being. Want to see them doing okay, and they'll do literally anything for them.
I feel like that's a lot of moms because my great grandma's like that too, and my grandma's like that.
Yeah. It's like one of the most, yeah. It's a common personality type. It is. It's more common. ENFJs and INTJs are rare.
What am I?
ENFJ.
What are you?
INTJ.
That's cool.
The protagonist in the mastermind. Or the architect.
What's the architect?
INTJ.
That's you?
Mm-hmm. Like it can be the mastermind or the architect. Like those are interchangeable names for the INTJ. Yeah. Is people who are introverted, intuitive, logical decision makers who like doing stuff. Yeah. And have the tendency to be both logical and creative. And we feel things deeply, but we don't like sharing those feelings with other people. And we tend to ignore our own feelings in order to do what's best. It's like, just, we have emotions and we feel them. We don't share them, not even with ourselves.
Rip, that was deep.
I mean, yeah, but like that's just what it is, and it's I think it's accurate because it's more about like, you know, what's necessary, what's needed. Let's do that, you know. And remember I was saying before about like emotional decision making versus logical decision making.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't think that, like, I don't really like those terms. What I prefer to think about it as is like task. Because you've heard me say this before, right?
Yeah.
Like task oriented decision making versus people oriented decision making. And I prefer thinking about it that way. Because somebody who's like an F personality type or an emotional personality type, that like they just care about living things. And so it's like, well, I logically know that I can't afford a dog, but I'm going to get a dog because it's going to make me feel good, and then I get to care about this little fur baby. You feel me?
Yeah.
That's emotional decision maker. Logical decision maker says, I know I really want a dog, and like a dog would be amazing, and I know it will make my life a lot better, but I can't get one right now because there are things that need to be done before that.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And so like that's the difference, because like the thing needs to get done versus the person that's like, oh, I mean the thing needs to get done, but my well-being, you know. And I would say like neither one is necessarily right or wrong.
Mm-hmm.
You know, in order for the world to work, we need both kinds of people. So
Right.
yeah. That's the reason why you should have a lawyer on your board.
I'm gonna have a lawyer on my board, Javon.
J.G. Wentworth. I don't even know if that's a lawyer.
What?
Yeah.
J.G. Wentworth, is that how it goes?
877 cash.
No, yeah, it's not a lawyer.
No, not at all. I need a structured settlement and I need cash now. Oh, J.G. Wentworth.
877 cash now.
877 cash.
I feel like Tucson has the best commercials.
Yo, Scott Lehman. Yo.
Scott Lehman, and I'm a dealer for the people. When I used to weld and we were in the truck and we had the radio, ooh, my coworker hated him, bro. It's like, if I ever find that guy in an alley, he's done for. I'm like, you don't even know the man. Like,
Why? Wait, why?
just because of the jingle, I think.
Yeah, like that's the only thing. Like, no context. The person in front of me swerved. That's what happened.
Oh, am I supposed to pan?
No.
Was I supposed to catch it before it happened?
No, you're supposed to do what you want. I will say this, you know, I do want this to be good.
Use.
You know?
Well, I like the stuff that you're saying.
Yeah. Well, thank you.
How much time do you have on this thing? The caddy man's not here.
Nope. I haven't seen him in a minute, for real.
You should let it self-park. Let's look at Javon's backing up skills.
That's crazy. My back.
He's gonna have to pull out.
No Diddy.
Oh my gosh, you're dirty. You didn't even have to back up. You didn't even have to pull out, bro.
No Diddy.
You're dirty.
Yeah,
You're a dirty brain. Yeah.
All right. Thank you. $877 cash now. All right. So first things first.
I'm a realist.
Well, we're gonna cook. Or I'm gonna cook. So thanks for watching episode 2, and tomorrow, day 3, will be all about getting rid of some stuff. We're gonna be getting rid of some stuff. And I think I have something special planned for that one, right? One of the early side hustles that I had was flipping things. And so I think really highlighting and walking through the entire process that I had for taking items and selling them sometimes for more than I purchased them for in order to make a profit even in the long term and use that money for more viable investments later. I think it's a valuable skill. So we'll go over that, right? At the end of the day, I'm an entrepreneur and I want to teach that skill to everybody. All right, peace. So this was supposed to be the end of the video, but I was just invited to go out tonight and check out Winter Haven, which is a really awesome collection of Christmas lights here in Tucson. So that's what I'm gonna do. Hang out with some friends and go look at Christmas lights. Let's go.